What's up guys? Duracell Dave here from the trading community Art of Aping, where we show you how to reach your own form of financial freedom. Today I want to talk about something very simple yet very effective in order to make sure that you continually be a better trader and that you can get rid of some habits that are historically no longer serving you. The thing that I want to discuss today is implementing a trading journal into your own trading journey so we can figure out what works and what doesn't. So what I like to do every single day, and actually as I enter into trades, is I want to keep track of those trades and add specific tags to them so that at the end of the week, at the end of the month, whether I'm backtesting something or doing live trades, I have enough data to either accept or discard whatever new strategy it is that I'm actually trading with. You know, there's a saying in all business and in life, which is what gets measured gets managed. And it rings so true with trading because so often as a trader, you end up putting yourself into some loops. We forget the things that actually worked for us, we chalk it up to luck, and then we keep repeating the things that are no longer working for us. And so outside of the trading journal just being a resource for myself to see how much money that I'm making, I actually use it for so much more. I use it as an opportunity for me to see across the different styles of trading, across the different strategies that I actually use on a day-to-day basis, and across the different pairs or coins in cryptocurrency, I can really start to dissect which ones are my winners, which ones are my losers, and what I should effectively just lean into continuously in order to hit my own financial goals. So we have no affiliation with this specific trading journal, and you're free to go explore whatever journal you'd like, but after doing my own research and trying to build the ones that I wanted from scratch from Excel, which I'm terrible at, I found a really easy free one to use. It's in its beta version, and we're gonna check that out today. So it's pretty much just called betatradetracker.app, and we'll go ahead and put that in the description below. And so here's what I love about this, all right? A couple different things. Number one, it actually helps me calculate risk in the top right-hand corner. So position size calculators. I know a lot of exchanges have that, and I actually do use CalcTrade in order to do that. But for other people, if they want to have like a one-stop shop, this is probably one of the more equipped trading journals that I've found that allow you to just do that all in-house, in-platform, so to speak. So you'll see right here that we're in a dashboard section, but before I take a look at this right now, the thing that I really enjoy about this trading journal is it allows me to decompartmentalize and create different portfolios, so to speak, in order for me to track different assets. Maybe I have, you know, different nest eggs in KuCoin or Bybit or Binance, and then I'm also trading on Forex.com, Oando, whatever it may be. But I actually use this to be able to track my backtesting strategies as well. So you'll notice in the left-hand toolbar under portfolios, I have a plethora of different portfolios here. And at any given point in time, I can just go ahead and add another one, which you can see is so easy. You know, we can say AOA test portfolio. And what I really like about this is it asks which type of exchange you're actually attached to, because it will go ahead and calculate for you the fees around that specific change on those given days as well. So it is important that you make sure that when you're putting in a trade, you're also time stamping it, so to speak, so you can inject yourself with some truth serum. And outside of just tracking whether or not you won or lost the trade, you'll actually be able to have a very accurate understanding and accurate dollar amount on the capital that you have, right? So, you know, for my sake, I trade on Bybit. I'd go into here, my currency, right, that I like to do USDT, and then my initial deposit. So I'm working with $100,000 on my specific Bybit. And so you just create the portfolio. And then in the top right-hand corner now, as you go about your day, depending on the portfolio or the strategy that you're testing, you can just drop down and just very simply go in between each of these. As an example, there was a strategy that I found from Eric Crown, who is also a wonderful YouTuber, and I really enjoy the content he puts out. And he gave us something called the Crown Cross as a strategy. So I didn't actually run this live, but I wanted to see, based on my own propensity of understanding the strategy, would this be something that would be effective for me to implement, and if so, on which coins? So, you know, I went to tradetracker.app, I created the portfolio, and then I just started tracking my win rate with his specific strategy, which is 68%, not very bad at all, right guys? 15% total return. This was given over about 3 months of backtesting. And so when you start to implement things, which I'll show you how to actually input the trades in a second, but after they've been inputted, you can actually check the trade history for that specific portfolio as well to really understand what's your hit rate. How are you doing? It looks like the Crown Cross is heavily weighted to the downside, obviously. But all in all, I mean, mean, geez, we only have 3 losers on this first page, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So I did this in the trade tracker as well as on TradingView. And then that helped me gain some comfortability that this is something that I'm now ready and willing to implement into my live trades, which I have been doing successfully. So thanks, Eric Crown. Here, this is the actual portfolio that I'm working on right now. I basically entered into a challenge this week where I just wanted to go slow and steady and just see if I could book $500 a day, really simply. And so across this week, it looks like I had roughly 32 trades, 46% win rate. But all in all, I've gained 1.89% on the portfolio in a week, which is very nice for the specific strategy that I'm using, right? Now, one thing that I will raise my hand right now and say that I need to go back and edit, which you can so easily in this trade tracker, is making sure that I actually have the specific dates correct. I inputted them all on the exact same day, but it's very easy for me to then go back to this specific trade, unlock it, go and then change the actual day that I, entered the trade in on, the 24th, save it, close manual, and then off we go, right? So I can't stress enough that if you can get into the habit, at least at end of day, but in a better scenario after you have had a trade executed so that it doesn't, impede if you're a scalper on actually getting the entry that you want, that you take the time, which is truly just a minute, for you to be able to set this up and you to be able to track this. And then where it gets really fun and interesting in order for you to then go review your data later on is being able to put the right tags in the bottom left-hand corner, adding specific charts and notes so you can kind of understand the sentiment, the reason why you took this trade, which it's really hard for us to recall with all the amount of charts and opportunities and setups we see every day, right? So this is basically where I download my brain and now I don't have to think about it. As long as I have like a standard operating procedure on how I implement this into the trading tracker, everything else just becomes seamless. And at the end of the week, instead of it being subjective, I can actually go, wow, that strategy was complete shit. I should discard it, or I should really go back and backtest it. Or, hey, you know what? It looks like me trading, a draw on liquidity fair value gap strategy on Matic on the 15-minute chart is something that's really, really helping my portfolio out. So I should really try and investigate how I can lean more into that. Maybe I can add more risk into these trades because they're higher winning trades, or maybe I can figure out how to repeat that now on other coins like Solana or Monero, etc., right? So right now, let's see. The dashboard section, again, please guys, go check out beta.tradetracker.app. Very, very simple to show you, through the lifetime of the account, the ebbs and flows of your actual portfolio. It's able to kind of decompartmentalize and fractionalize if you're better at longs or shorts. It looks like I'm just slightly better at shorts currently. And then as long as you're able to then put in the actual dates and times for each one of these as well, it'll be able to spit out not only your total return, but your daily return, which is something that can give you a little bit more confidence, right? A lot of trading is second guessing, wondering whether or not this strategy actually works for you. And the trading journal for me is the best example of being able to mitigate the tiny little voice in my head that says that I still suck at trading, because I don't. I want to go through actually inputting a specific trade right now, and we can actually go live at the moment. By the way, before we actually do this, all you really have to do is go into whatever exchange that you have. You can go to your history, whether you're a spot trader, derivatives, right? So I'm derivatives. And then outside of order history, you just go to close P&Ls if this is an after the fact entry into your journal. And you can just kind of go through here right now and then input every single one of these trades. So for myself, I haven't inputted these. These happened yesterday, right? So I can just simply split screen here, go to the top right-hand corner where it says the plus button, click on that button, and then just go down the list. The 27th, there we go. We can do the 27th. It was a Matic long. I know I used 5x leverage, Matic. I don't need to put the stop loss in right now for the sake of example. But again, if you input these as you do them, it's a lot better for you to be able to go back and review and see whether or not your setup was sound and it's something that you may want to repeat in the future, right? So you could also then end up putting your final target here, which would be your take profit. But for the sake of this example, I would just simply go into my exchange. I would go to my closed P&Ls. I know it's a long. I bought 70,000 Matic at a price of 0.9. It was a limit order. And then I ended up selling 70,000 Matic at 0.9041, which also was a limit order. Now I'll expand this. And for the sake of example, again, the tags here are what really help me understand what's working and what's not working. So for myself, the things that I like to identify as a tag is, well, what time frame was I trading on? So 15 minutes, I can add that tag, right? And then this was a long. This is Matic. This was a draw on liquidity strat, and my entry was off of a fair value gap. I can add all those things in here. To supplement this, I could then actually take the TradingView chart and add it here. So let's see if I have TradingView set up right now. I do. And I don't know if I have the actual, this is Solana. Let's see. Fantastic. I got rid of it. But let's just say, for the sake of example again, that there was actually a setup right here. You could put this here, just making this up. Go to the top right-hand corner, copy link to the chart image. Link is copied, fantastic. And now I can smack that bad boy right in here and hit add. And at the end of the week, at the end of the month, however it is you like to run your trading business, you can come back through and review this stuff. And I can also just keep some notes here, like this trade was taken during New York session on Friday, right? And I can now remember it was New York session, so I could do New York kill zone. There we go. Whatever else you'd like. I didn't eat today and I forgot to do a meditation. Still a winner. There you go. Save it, close manual. And it's gonna show you right now, great. 0.31% on the portfolio, made $318 on this trade. Off we go on to the next one, et cetera, et cetera. So you just basically be going down this list here until you input absolutely everything in order for you to review later. So probably the next best example that I can give you at the moment is if I go to a trade that's currently existing. So let's go here and let's input something that's live. Trade now, close that, fantastic. So I have 2 active orders right now and we're gonna input this. We're gonna go up top. Today is the 29th. These are both shorts. By the way, because they're basically from the same trading setup, you can also input multiple entries as if you were DCAing, which helps you, instead of decompartmentalizing, 5 different add-ons into one position, you can just batch that all into one position, right? So for myself right now, it would be 20,000 units of Matic at 0.9433. This is gonna be a limit. I've got another one. And I set it up this way because I wanna track 2 different take profits. Now again, this is Matic short. It is also a 15-minute. I can click on that. It is also an entry fair value gap and a draw on liquidity. And then let's actually, let's put the sentiment in here. So BTC hit 20.1K earlier. Matic lower highs, which was the truth. Go check this out. And here's the actual setup that I want to implement into here to review for later. So this is actually a perfect example. Right now, this is my setup. I see a fair value gap here on the 15-minute on Matic, low time frame fair value gap. I'm seeing that we're losing steam up here. Do it like this, in this general area. And I feel like price is going to want to come down to this very miniature fair value gap at least. But in a perfect world, I can have price coming to take out this previous day low. I can do this, amazing. And so this is the setup that I have in my mind. I'm going to get rid of this magnet tool. My entry is 9433. I'm basically front running this little wick right here. I want my stop loss to be at 9.6, just above these. And my final take profit is down here. But I'll also make a note, this is gonna be take profit 1 at a 1.6 risk to reward. My final take profit and target is gonna be 2.95. And that actual value at Matic is 0.8941. So now I have the information. I can pop back into here. I can say this is Matic. I can say my stop loss is 0.96. I can say that, let's expand this, 8941 is the actual target to help me understand, have I been taking profit too soon? Have I been hitting my goals? And I can just say this, first TP was set at 9178, and let's load this bad boy up. Copied, super simple. Again, you can do this throughout the day if you're somebody that's setting limit orders, or if you've got to be glued to the screen because it's, a low time frame scalping opportunity, totally understand. Let's make the money first, but let's always make sure that we are able to measure our success and what's working and what's not. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And then for right now, my order hasn't hit yet, right? I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can just hit save as it stands, and now I can go about my day. Guys, if you implement this into your trading strategies as an opening or closing activity. At the end of the week, you can start to feel a little bit more confident on what's working again, what's not working, and if specific strategies are now warranting the opportunity for you to risk more capital. This draw on liquidity fair value gap strat that I've been using and I've been tracking right now, and the fact that I've been trying to hit $500 a day, which I have now done for I think 9 days in a row now, being able to track that is now going to give me the confidence in 2 weeks for me to just try and hit $1,000 a day, which nothing's going to change based on my strategies. I'm just going to increase the amount of capital that I'm inputting into each trade. I hope that helps. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to check out our website, book a call with us, come join the group. Good people attract good people, and let's all make some money together. Thanks, guys. Take care.